Hello, fourth grade. This is the Choose Your Own Adventure after you've made your first decision. So this is you've decided to leave Lone Elm Campground, and this is where that decision takes you. I am reading from the Choose Your Own Adventure, The Oregon Trail Gold Rush, published by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt in 2019, and the author is Jessie Willey. It's better to be safe than sorry. You need to convince the others to leave now, before the bandits arrive. You step forward. But what about the bandits, Mr. Beauregard? Shouldn't we try and keep everyone safe? Everyone turns to look at you. John Beauregard runs a hand over his thick mustache. Yes. It could just be rumors, kid. Or maybe not. Mr. Southworth steps out of the crowd. Back in Independence, I overheard that the local sheriff had a warrant out for the notorious River Rush gang, who was out robbing pioneers all along the trail. We shouldn't take chances. John scratches his chin. Mr. Southworth's right, Mr. Beauregard. Everyone's eyes are on you again. We should leave now, before they catch up with us. Finally, John nods and rises to his feet. All right. Can't risk bandits on the first night out as a wagon train captain. Fergus, you sound the bugle. Let's round everybody up and get moving. As you roll out, you see George Beauregard grumbling about not getting to finish supper. You hear the bugle and see the families pause from their supper, startled by the alarm. Everyone listen up. John stands on the driver's seat of his wagon. I need everyone to pack up and get ready to move. Now. A wave of murmurs trills through the wagon train. I know everybody's settled down. John put his hands to his mouth. But we've heard talk of bandits nearby, and unless you want to risk getting robbed blind, I suggest you do as I say. You and Papa hurry back to your wagon and help Mama and Benji pack and round up your livestock. Within the hour, your wagon train drags off to a slow crawl. Only the stars guide you in the dark. It'll be about 60 miles to your next major crossing, Pat Penn's Ferry at the Kansas River. It'll be a long and slow trek. At your current pace, you're barely going 15 miles a day. It doesn't help that no one's had a full night's rest, not even your animals. You will walk all night and finally stop to rest briefly for breakfast, and then again for the midday nooning bugle. Your eyelids droop as the warm afternoon sun bears down on your face. You shake yourself awake several times. Your feet drag. It takes over 4 days to get to Pat Penn's Ferry. The ferry is too expensive, so you choose to ford the Kansas River. One by one, your wagons make it through the rushing river. Several wagons are damaged in the crossing, but Mr. Southworth helps to fix them, being an experienced blacksmith. The next morning, you wake up to the sound of your horse, Spot, pawing at the ground. The wind picks up and blows storm clouds across the sky. The animals are restless. Mama covers the back of the wagon. A storm's coming in. It's good we crossed the river earlier. You'll need to keep a close eye on the herd. You pull your boots on. I can ride Spot, Mama. It'll help herd the animals more easily. Your father barely got him on the ferry, and the storm won't help his foul temperament. We should walk him a little further, I think. I'll be careful. As you approach, Spot rears up and tosses his head. His ears flick back against his head, a sure sign that he won't like it if you try to get near him, much less ride him. Come on, Spotty. Spot snaps at your outstretched hand. You step back. Your feet are blistered and sore beyond belief. The thought of having to herd animals on foot is pure misery. But trying to ride Spot right now might not be the best idea either. What should you do? And here is your second decision, ladies and gentlemen. Try to ride Spot. We'll turn to page 24. Or try to keep going on foot. We'll turn to page 67. So that was your story. If you decided to leave the Lone Elm Campground, if you don't like that part of the story, you can always go and watch the video to see what happens or what would happen if you decided to stay at the campground. More videos to come on your decision about what to do with Spot. Bye!